Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a return subscriber. As always, guys, I welcome you back and I appreciate the support. Guys, listen. You know, it's been a while since we had any movement or any type of real news about the Shanquella Robinson case. And honestly, I did a video that I'll leave in the excerpts at the end of the video, in the pop-ups. You can go see it of why I think the case is going to be permanently shelved. And I did that about a month and a half ago. And honestly, I think that's already been the case. And I don't want to sound like I'm being negative, because this young girl and her family do deserve justice, just like the family of Tyre Nichols. You know, and I want to get a little in-depth into why I think they shelved the case. Why I think nothing will happen to these people, and if it does, it might be a stroke of luck. It's a little bit harder and more technical than you think, and I think a lot of it does not have anything to do with any racial tones or anything like that, so we just throw that out the window right now. But I do want to say this, you know, these 6 individuals with a Cabo 6 are in fact pieces of crap, and they are no different than the people that did what they did to Tyre. And they carry the same, even in their heart, and the same type of energy that surrounds those cops surrounds them. Part of the problem. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't see anything being done about this. And we'll start with the reason why. I'll give you 2 reasons. Because, you know, everybody's talking about the situation with Shanquella where, you know, she was with her friends, went over there, or people she so-called her friends, and went over there to Mexico, had a good time. Everybody come back except her. Then all of a sudden later on, video surfaces of her fighting Dejanay Jackson, one of the people that were on a trip that she considered a friend. And you know, everything that's all in between. And you know, you guys heard the story, but listen, there's 2 reasons why this thing, I think, is going to have a hard time, you know, where a lot of people are going to have a hard time with the way they feel justice should be served, and why I think the deportation will not happen, regardless of what Mexico says or does. And it's right. These are the 2 reasons: politics and money. Politics, as in, this didn't happen on here in the U.S. on our soil. It happened in Mexico, so it's not a crime here, even though the crime was committed somewhere else. So that does what? A, takes the stress off the U.S. to act upon it as if it's a murder, and then spend money and all of that stuff on a police investigation and all of that. Because the paperwork and everything, remember, is all contradictory according to Mexican authorities. When they were filling out the paperwork, something, the doctor tried to cover up something, all these different twists and turns. Now it makes the story in Mexico and the paperwork in Mexico invalid if it comes over here, barring investigation. And they tried to take them to trial, which that would never happen too, and I'll get into that. Second thing is, supposedly Mexico has issued a warrant for some of the people, or one of the people, right? Even if they have a warrant for this person, it's up to the U.S. to extradite them over there. That costs money. A lot of people say, oh, it's easy. All you gotta do is find out, hey, are you this person? And then when they say yeah, you lock them up and then you send them over there. Who pays for that? A lot of people don't understand something. They think, you know, when you get caught, it's an open and shut thing. Grab them, throw them on the next plane, and take them out. It doesn't work like that. A lot of dollars go into housing these people. They have to have representation before they go down there. It takes a while for your paperwork and stuff to get printed up, because just because you are certain, you committed a certain crime, or your crime has a certain high status, you still wait in line like everybody else. You could be in there 3-4 months waiting for your paperwork or your discovery to come up while you are locked up and while you're going to be sent somewhere else. See it all the time. So that's a bunch of money that they're accruing, feeding her and keeping her locked up and stuff like that. If she has a good lure, they can't keep her locked up like that because she hasn't committed a crime on what? U.S. soil. The federal government would have to be involved, which would have to do what? Make this from a state case to a federal case for her to even be deported. It's a lot of hoops that would have to be jumped and a lot of money that would have to be spent just to even get her on the plane to go flying back over there, or the rest of these individuals, these other 5 individuals. And like a lot of people are not looking at that. We thinking it's open and shut. Yeah, because our eyes and mind tell us that. But according to law and the money and all that stuff, it's a different ball game. And that's one of the things we don't really think about. That's one thing. Like I said, politics and money. The cost of detaining and deporting somebody is usually around $5,000 to $10,000. And that's if it's a speedy thing. Another thing is depending on if they have a big family or it's just them. So, I mean, a lot goes into it. And a lot of people don't look at it. Like this girl died, right? A little bit about the details. She died, supposedly, the friend said, alcohol poisoning. Now, I think all of them need to go to jail and be kicked out of the country, too. And this is why. When the doctor came, supposedly, according to the reports, they all lied and said she had alcohol poisoning. He coming in and examine her. He's like, oh, I got to get her to the doctor. Oh, no. Treat her here. We're about to leave. Any doctor know that woman could not get up. They wasted so much time with her, she wound up having a seizure because her body was shutting down because of the trauma inflicted on it. And think about it. If she wasn't held up with the doctor trying to treat her and all that stuff, she had an ambulance and all that stuff, she might have survived. So with them obstructing justice and all that stuff, lying to the man and all of this, they need to go too. It's a damn shame. You know, excuse me, I'm sorry. With this whole situation, it's sad because these people are still walking the street, still enjoying everything. Now, granted, they done took their social medias down, but most people probably won't even recognize them no more because they probably changed their appearance. They're not on social media. Any scrutiny, I mean, they look guilty doing all of that. If you was innocent, leave your stuff up. But, and I just feel bad. Supposedly the family's supposed to send like 1,000 pink letters in protest to the government to do something about, you know, justice for Shanquella. But you got to understand something too, folks. No matter how many warrants they offer, the U.S. has to agree to send them back over here. And that would incur what? The federal government getting involved. And I think that's not going to happen. And that's the thing. This thing was overshadowed. First, this thing came, and it was big news. It was gaining ground. All of a sudden, the situation with the Idaho guy killing all of those kids up in Idaho in the college, right? That came and overshadowed it. Then they caught him. That came and overshadowed it. Thus pushing it down in the pile of grief and stuff, that news that comes in. And all of a sudden, it's put up on the shelf. This girl may not ever see justice, man. But I mean, I got to watch what I say on YouTube. But I mean, pressure need to be applied on these people. If folks know where they are, they need to put pressure on them. Pressure need to be applied. I'll apply, had a community apply so much pressure on these people that they would run to the police for protection. They'd want to go to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? If they still in Charlotte, you know, I would apply pressure on them. I wouldn't let this ride. And it's a damn shame. This girl considered them friends. They beat her so bad. And then this is the thing that's crazy. The girl beat on her, right? And going back to the video, thing that was heartbreaking to me, the girl was beating on her. She didn't even try to fight back. You waited till that girl got naked and then attacked her. And then the thing is, it looked scripted in the beginning because they hit the video and then they was like, oh, okay, go ahead. Like they was waiting, like somebody yell action so she could jump on that girl. I've seen that time and time again. Sick stuff. I hope she do get over there. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll get an awakening over there. Over there, you go to court, trial the same day, and prison. What she did was foul. And this is the thing. There were men there. Nobody took accountability. Nobody took control of the situation. Her beef was with that girl. that's still your friend. Man, the loyalty complex we have sometimes, man, is very questionable. I mean, there was men there, nobody took control of that situation. But may she rest in peace, and I hope something good comes out of this. But I mean, on a political level and a level of money, it's a lot of hoops to jump through, and I don't think the U.S. wants to deal with that political nightmare. It's not even a nightmare, it'd be a headache to them. And that's messed up, because this is just one of them cases where justice needs to be extracted swiftly on people that we know are wrong in doing what they do. But because of the law and the ties in the law and the way the law looks at it, nothing to probably be done, and it's a damn shame. Guys, leave me a comment. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm Stock Market Steve. I'll see you guys in the next video, man.